So an 11-year-old boy stole a school bus.
It's just my opinion.
Hey everybody, how you doing? And welcome to Sway. That's right, welcome to the channel where I give you my absolute honest opinion, and I don't give a flying how you feel about it. As always, I have my trusty smokes, my trusty Coke. And before I get started, do not forget to hit like, make a comment, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon so you can be notified of every time that I post a video. I'm gonna have to adjust myself a little bit. All right, so first and foremost, this video is going to go out to my young friend Scarlett. While I do know her real name and the fact that she's a friend of my daughter, I'm not going to reveal her real name. That'll be up to her later on as she gets older because she's a minor. So to protect my daughter's friend's identity, I'm going to go by the alias that she uses, Scarlett. All right, so about a couple weeks ago, actually last week, when I posted the video, basically on the anniversary of a crash that happened in front of my house 4 years ago, she wrote in my comments about doing a video about, I hate these, about doing a video, sorry, these notifications get to me, about doing a video about a boy in Louisiana who stole a school bus. So I'm getting information on this whole thing. And lo and behold, this whole thing with the Jessica Edwards thing in my state, literally behind my house. See, I'm facing the back of my house, so that's why I'm pointing that way. Literally behind my house, the guy gets arrested. But anyway, on to today's topic. An 11-year-old boy stole a school bus. Okay, this happened last year, Sunday, October 11th, 2020. An 11-year-old boy stole a school bus from a Head Start. Now I was a school bus driver many years ago. There's a lot of things that concerning the law regarding school bus drivers, and also companies that will whether they're big companies, small companies, what have you, that they provide the school buses for different things and whatever. So according to the news reports, and before, oh, excuse me, I haven't had one in so long. According to the news reports, okay? According to the news reports, this happened on Sunday, October the 11th, 2020. The 11-year-old boy stole the school bus that was parked at this Head Start in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Okay. Now there's two or three different things that could have happened as far as the school bus being at the Head Start. According to the news reports that I've read and that I saw online, it was a private bus contractor that owned the bus. Okay. a private bus contractor that owned the bus. So I'm assuming that the private bus contractor had a contract with that particular head start in where the bus was kept on the premises. Okay. And depending on, like here in Connecticut, depending on the private bus company, whatever, not the big ones, but the small ones, that is possible. That uh, that a head start, like if they were a private head start, more than likely, in order for that to happen, it would have to be a private head start, not a public head start, but a private head start, either ran by the Catholic Church or ran by another organization or whatever, that they contracted from a small bus company, and part of the deal is keeping the bus on their property, only to bring it back to the bus yard, for maintenance. And usually with these, and again, this is going off of experience myself, and knowing and know and, I drove for a big bus company, but I also knew bus drivers that worked for the smaller private bus companies. So usually what would happen is that these smaller private bus companies, they would have a deal with the local gas stations that carry diesel. So that way, anytime the bus driver needed to add diesel to the bus, uh, all he or she would have to do is go to those particular gas stations, says, hey, look, this is bus so and so from whatever company, and there you go. It's already said and done. The big bus companies have diesel pumps on their lot, on their own lot. The big bus companies, they have diesel pumps on their own lot, and where it's filled to capacity with buses, and every bus driver, whenever their bus is halfway, they would have to top her off. One of the general rules in school, when driving a school bus, is that if your tank is half, then you're empty. Okay. So, but with these smaller bus companies, these smaller private companies, they make a deal with some local gas stations or whatever, or usually they're ran by a chain, and all the bus driver would have to do is go to that gas station and fill up the bus. So that would explain, that would be the main thing to explain why was that bus at that head starts on a Sunday. Okay. There's another reason. There would be another reason if it was a big bus company, is that there was some kind of field trip, but usually that doesn't happen on Sundays. Usually usually So from my own experience and getting the information that this was a private bus company, this private bus company had a contract with this Head Start, and I'm just logically deducing everything from my experiences, because it really doesn't give details on any of the news. Okay, is that this private bus company had a contract with this Head Start, where the bus would be kept on the premises, only to be brought back to the lot for maintenance. That's about it, or any kind of repairs or whatever. All right. So in the news, they said that they don't know how the 11-year-old boy, how the 11-year-old boy um got the keys to got the keys to to the bus to drive off with it. Okay. So originally I was thinking this was a big bus company and whatever, and they were doing a field trip on a Sunday. Okay. With the Head Start kids. And originally what I thought was that, um, excuse me, originally what I thought was that the bus driver was at the Head Start and he had to use the bathroom, and he either left the keys in the bus or he put the key down somewhere on like on like a table, like a table somewhere, and the kid saw it. He knew that that was the bus driver and took the keys and went for the joyride. That's what I originally thought. But then as as I'm doing more investigating, and finding things out, okay, the bus being kept, the bus being kept, the bus being kept at the Head Start, at the Head Start premises, because with the contract that they have with the bus company and whatever, the bus driver or bus driver, if it's one bus driver, okay, if it's one bus driver, usually it would be one. The bus driver will either take the key home or lock it up at an office. Okay, lock it up at an office. If it was like two bus drivers, because in case one bus driver, like they kind of switched off or whatever, then they would keep the the key in the office, so um that way the bus driver just has to walk into the school, get the key, drive off, turn and do the inspection, do the pre-trip inspection, and get ready, and then be ready to drive. So in this case, now this is a Head Start building, a Head Start school. This kid, this 11-year-old kid, more than likely, okay, and I'm just logically deducing this because at 11 years old, and unless you have some kind of mental disability, you're not going to be in Head Start, okay? This 11-year-old kid, from what I understand, is of a normal intelligence or average intelligence, no disability, no nothing. Just deducing this logically, okay, he was the son of one of the faculty members of that school. Okay, now there's really no details. There's really no details as far as what the news is talking about or anything, because I've been searching everywhere. But and if there are details and I just missed something, then I missed something. But anyway, so this 11-year-old boy is the son of one of the faculty members, or who knows, former faculty member. Who knows, right? Or if anything, could have been the son of the bus driver. We really don't know. We really don't know at this point. Okay, I'm speculating, but I'm logically deducing this due to my experience working as a bus driver. Okay, so more than likely this 11-year-old boy was the son of a faculty member. Okay, now to me it makes more sense to think that he was the son of the bus driver, especially if the bus driver left the key at the school. Okay, but and I'll tell you why. Okay, many bus drivers, after a school day, right? After a school day, will pick up their own children and take them on the, have them on the bus towards the end of the school day, take them, do their run or finish their run or whatever. And because they usually, bus companies will have it where uh, their child will be added to their run, to their late run, even their morning run. So it is very possible. It is very possible that this was the son of the bus driver, and as the bus driver, does the post trip and shuts everything down and whatever, the son went with him into the office, and he knew where the key was placed. But it could also be that the child was the son of a faculty member. Okay. The son of a faculty member, not the bus driver, but a faculty member of the Head Start. And I'm trying to say my thoughts without doing too many ums. It is very possible that the son he was the son of a faculty member, and they added the son as part of the run. So, as part of the, I don't know, because usually bus drivers, when they're like maybe some of the children, they were dropped off somewhere where the son would be at, and then the son would be taken to the Head Start where their parent was working, walking and hanging out with the bus driver, and he knew where the keys to the bus was because he saw the bus driver putting the key where it was. And then there's a third option where the son would hang out with mom or dad at the Head Start after school. He saw the bus driver coming in, put the key down where it is, and then leave to go home. Those are the possibilities of how this could have happened. The mother, father, faculty member that works at the Head Start came in on a Sunday for whatever reason. They came in with their son, and the son already knew where the keys were. He took the key. Next thing you know, he sneaks off. He says, "Mom, Dad, I got to go to the bathroom," and sneaks off, steals the bus, and goes. These are the possibilities. If you, as a former bus driver, and basically living as a bus driver and knowing this, that, and the other, that's where I logically deduced everything of the possibilities of what happened and how that child was able to get the key to the bus. Okay. According to the reports, the child drove, 13 to 15 miles all over Baton Rouge and with the police chasing him for over 45 minutes. And here's some footage. After that chase, as that chase was happening, the 11-year-old boy crashed into a tree, damaged the bus beyond any kind of repair, and he was arrested. He was arrested. The young man was arrested. Okay. And the child is charged with theft of vehicle, aggravated flight, 3 counts of damage to property, and 1 count of aggravated assault. And that is because he purposely tried to ram into another car as he was running away from the cops. Wow. That is crazy. Now, people wonder, now people wonder, how did the police find him? Okay. Well, simple. Okay. Simple. Let me look this up really quick. Excuse me. At 10:45 a.m., okay, at 10:45 a.m. they received a call. And basically they were receiving many calls about a crazy bus. They received a call about the child, that the child stole the bus. And they were receiving many calls from many people. They're receiving many calls from many people of like where the bus is and whatever. Okay. As I was saying earlier, he crashed the school bus, and this was at 11:25 a.m. into a tree, like I said. And and this was after crashing into 3 vehicles. Sorry, I said 1. No, he crashed into 3 vehicles trying to flee from the officers. Now, thankfully, the 11-year-old boy, he left the scene unhurt. But it was just crazy. It's just crazy. It's crazy. And like, I think one of the drivers that the kid hit with the bus, he suffered a minor injury. But it's just crazy. It's just crazy that all of this happened. It's crazy that all of this happened. Now, the police say that they are unclear how the 11-year-old acquired the keys to the school bus. Well, I already gave you, 3 or 4 logical ways that this kid could have gotten the keys to the school bus. And in one interview, this one lady, she says, and I'm going to put it right here.
Thank goodness he was okay. He was safe. But it was not your typical Sunday afternoon occurrence for sure. So we're blessed in that it didn't do any more damage than what it did.
So thankfully, this young man, he did not get hurt, but for doing something stupid as to steal a school bus. Now he has a little record. He has a record. Okay. Now, if this was one of the major school bus companies, okay. Now let's say there weren't a lot of calls coming in telling people where the kid was going, what highway and whatever. And let's say this was one of the big school bus companies, the bigger school bus companies, okay, like Datco or First Student, which is what I work with. They have these GPS systems on the bus, okay? These GPS systems on the bus It is hot wire. I mean, these GPS systems, it's like the dispatch at the bus yard. All they would have to do is click on the bus that the kid would have stolen, and it would have been like, okay, he's here, he's here, he's here, he's here, he's here. Okay. Usually a lot of the smaller bus companies, like the one that owns this school bus that was contracted to the Head Start, they don't do the GPS thing. But long story short, I mean, it reminds me that something like that happened here in my state. And this girl, she was 15 years old. She was 15 years old. And it was in a town that is about an hour away from me. She stole a school bus, and it was from one of the major companies. It was actually the same company that I worked for, but in the other town. She stole the school bus. She was driving it on the highway and so on and so forth. Thankfully, she did not crash as far as I remember. But it was because of the GPS system that they were able to find her and catch her. I don't know. I don't know what was in the mind of this kid, thinking, oh, it's going to be fun to steal a school bus, like if this was GTA. What can you do? What can you do? You know, you just got to laugh sometimes. But anyway, that's it for today. I'm going to see if I can come up with any more information. If I can get, I'm going to investigate more. And if I can find out more information on how he got the keys and so on and so forth, I'll post another video. All right. Until next time, remember, I'm Sway. I love you all. Peace.
It's just my opinion.